So I think I'm going to call this video SJWs plus toxic masculinity equals nothing. I might change that title. I might think of a different title, or somebody else might tell me to make a better title, but that's what I'm going to call it. And I'll explain what that means here in a second, because it ties into what happened yesterday. So yesterday, I wake up from a very long nap. I slept pretty much all day. To my surprise, people were really, really upset at the Sonic video that I made on Monday. Now, the Sonic video I made on Monday was a discussion about how I was told, and apparently there was some truth to it, but it wasn't as overblown as I had made it out to be, that there were people who tried to cancel the Sonic movie that were mad that Birds of Prey was a flop. Now, the whole purpose of that video, the entire point I was trying to illustrate in that video, and you know what, I'll take responsibility that maybe I did not illustrate the point as well as I should have, but the point I was trying to make in that video was that no matter what side you're on when it comes to this culture war or whatever, whether you're on, the anti-SJW or SJW or liberal, conservative, whatever side you're on, it's not going to affect box office the way you think it will. It's just not. Like, marketing is the most important thing when it comes to films. Marketing is the reason why Birds of Prey didn't do so well, because I didn't even know Birds of Prey was coming out until I saw people talking about it on YouTube. I didn't see any trailers for it, except for way deep last year. And the same thing happened with Charlie's Angels. I saw one trailer in May, didn't even know it was coming out. So if I don't see the trailer, if I don't see any promotion for it, I'm not going to see the movie. And I did see Birds of Prey, and I enjoyed Birds of Prey. And so, the whole point I was trying to make is marketing and word of mouth from the casual audience, the casual moviegoer, is the most important thing. These people don't even go on YouTube to listen to us. So no matter how many times you'll have a guy or a girl or whoever on YouTube talk about this or that, and let's cancel this, let's promote this, or this sucks or whatever, it's not going to have that much of an effect. Obviously, a lot of you guys listen to us as movie reviewers or critics or whatever, nerd culture people, and you agree with us and you disagree sometimes, but the overall casual audience that just goes to movies doesn't care. They just don't care. I mean, that's the numbers prove it. How many videos were made in the past 2 years about Rise of Skywalker, about Star Wars, Last Jedi, and how we should boycott Disney and this, that, and the third, and then Rise of Skywalker comes out and makes $1 billion. I mean, again, I was not a big fan of that movie, but it made $1 billion. I said this in that Sonic video, but people didn't even watch the video, I feel, or many of them didn't watch the video, and they assumed because I used the word SJW snowflake in the title that I was some kind of alt-right, woman-hating, guy or whatever. Now, obviously, some people didn't actually think this. Some just thought that I titled the video poorly, that it was bad optics, which I do agree. I guess it was. But what's interesting is I kind of did that purposely. Like, I told my friend Real to Real, literally the night before, he saw the video go up when it went up, and he's like, I don't watch this trash, but I know what you're up to. I know what you're doing. And it was like, yeah, exactly. Because it wasn't that I was trying to clickbait people, right? But I was trying to illustrate a point, and that is that no matter how many videos get made, it's not going to really affect the box office unless the movie actually really has issues that people don't like, or is it marketed well? I mean, that's just how it is. The Transformers movies have been horrible, like, the live action ones, and people still go see them, right? Now, I want to get into the meat of the topic here, and that is the power of words and the lack of meaning of words. So, I've actually been wanting to make this video for a long time. Me and Real to Real have had discussions about this privately months ago, and I've actually recorded a version of this video before all this Sonic shit happened a while back, and I always stopped because I didn't have the right words. Well, today I have the right words. The word SJW and the word toxic masculinity has no meaning anymore at all. And I'll explain what I mean by that before, people start to wonder what I'm talking about. Last night, a bunch of people saw that Sonic video, and big people I didn't even think were going to see it. It's on my second channel, this one, my smaller channel. Chris Raygun, the comedian, saw the video, and he was talking about how, this isn't even edited, which is true. I don't edit my videos on this channel, even though the Sonic video I did with the Easter eggs does have editing in it. This channel is just more so me expressing my thoughts, right? And I guess maybe he realized that and deleted the Twitter video, but it's cool. Like, Chris Raygun's funny. Marcus Turner saw the title of the video, and he didn't understand that I was just kind of being satirical in nature, and that's fine. Like, we're cool now. I actually found the guy. We follow each other now, and maybe I'll interview him. Maybe if he's down for it. So for the podcast. So I was surprised at how many people saw the video, and people were kind of confused. Like, wait a minute, what is Geekdom on one side, the political side? Or let me explain. So I'm going to explain my viewpoint on here. So I don't really like politics. I stay away from politics. I don't really follow things too deeply. I've had conversations with friends about politics and kind of just listened. I'm more of a sponge when it comes to this stuff, right? Because I don't really have a strong opinion on it because it's so diverse that I don't discuss it. And religion and politics are two things that I absolutely do not discuss on this channel. I don't. Here's the problem. Here's where things run into issues. The words snowflake and SJW have been reappropriated, I guess you could say, or changed into meaning things that they didn't originally mean, right? So, social justice warrior, originally, what that term meant is somebody who's trying to fight for equality, right? Somebody who wants, and it might still mean this to some people, but it's been changed, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. Somebody who wants equal rights for all human beings, which is what I agree with. I agree with that. I agree that, all human beings should have the right to all, to everything. Like, we should all be equals. I've said that for years. I think that if you are a racist or a homophobe, I think you're either very immature or you're pretty much subhuman. And if that bothers you, well, unsub. I really don't care. That's my belief. Now, the term snowflake, right? The term snowflake is one that I have been using since freaking middle school, dude. A snowflake, by my definition, is somebody who is always, offended at everything, always afraid. It's basically synonymous with what the term SJW has become in my eyes, right? It's become this sort of word where an SJW is somebody who's always offended at something, always bitching about something, and that's the term that snowflake. They both are synonymous to me, but there's deeper terms to this now, right? Which I wasn't really aware of, to be honest with you, when I made the original video. If I had known it was going to be this deep, I would have never titled the video that. So there are people who actually want to incite change. There's other people who say they want to incite change, don't do anything about it. And I don't respect that. But the people who actually want to improve the world, they're good people, right? And when I say improve the world, obviously that's subjective. But equality, if equality is your goal, and I've said this so many times before, but I got to make a new video because I feel like it's important to reiterate this. Again, people watched that Sonic video or saw the title and had not watched other videos I'd done in the past discussing this, but that's okay. That's fine. Equality's good. What I was told last night was that people on the other side, the quote alt-right side, have been using the term SJW and snowflake to take away their freedom of speech or to insult them. Now, that may be true. But to be honest with you, that was never my intention. My intention when I use the word SJW and snowflake is more so people, like for example, the man a few months ago who said that his wife can make better, chicken than Popeyes, and that group came after him saying that, oh, well, why does the woman have to cook? Like that to me, that's bullshit, dude. Like that's, and maybe SJW is not the right word. I think the term that I'm really looking for is outrage culture. I don't like outrage culture. I don't like cancel culture. And I don't like people bitching about shit that doesn't matter. We have way bigger problems in the world than who can make better chicken and if it's a woman or a man. There's way bigger issues here than that. And that's what pisses me off. That's actually what pisses me off. And now that mentality has seeped into our movie fandom and into our nerd fandom. Now I can't see a movie review from one of these stupid Rotten Tomatoes critics without some kind of propaganda in there for their political beliefs, either side. And it's annoying to me, and I've ranted about this many times, right? So it's one of those things where it's not what I should have said. Instead of saying SJW snowflake, I should have said outrage culture, because here's where things get hypocritical. If your entire channel is, or your entire, not your entire channel, I mean, maybe if you have a YouTube channel, maybe if you probably don't, but if your entire persona is going after these SJWs and that's all you do, you do realize you're being a hypocrite here, because you're literally outraging over outrage, right? You're outrage. It's kind of funny. They are outraging over outrage. So that makes you just as bad as them in a way. You want to fight back, and it becomes this big tug of war, which at the end of the day, and here's where things really, where I really get emotional about it and passionate about it. At the end of the day, that shit shouldn't even matter, because we're talking about movies here. We're talking about nerd culture. We're talking about video games. We're talking about things that we loved as kids. And when we were kids, we didn't think about these things. Like when we were kids and we played Super Mario Brothers, we didn't think, oh, well, why is Mario the male lead saving the princess? Like, shouldn't there be girl power? And it's like, nobody thought about those things. And to this day, nobody does either, from what I've seen. Maybe that's a bad example, but when we were kids, we didn't have political debates about toxic masculinity. Every time a movie comes out and you have some guy being a badass and like saving people and having machine guns, the Arnold Schwarzenegger types, you'll have people on one side say, well, that's toxic masculinity. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck. Who cares? Is it a good movie? Is the movie good? Does it have a good story? A good narrative structure? Is there good dialogue? Is there good acting? That's what matters. Is the video game fun? Is the TV show enthralling? And does the TV show grab you by the throat and bring you into the story? And does it have good characters? That's what matters. That's what matters to me. That's what matters. And so my mistake, again, was using these words that have now become political, which I didn't think were political, which is my fault. That's my ignorance. They've now become political. And I have no side in this culture war, because I think the culture war is kind of dumb, to be honest with you. Not the actual political battle. That's different. That's a real life issue, and that's something I don't discuss on this channel. But like the fact that it's kind of seeped into our culture, genre movies and nerd culture, sickens me. Like, it really does. You know what I'm saying? I don't want any part of this culture war in my freaking movies, in my nerd fandom. If I want to go see the Joker, I don't need you to tell me that I'm going to get shot up in the theater, because I'm not going to believe you. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's stupid fucking bullshit. You sound like an idiot. Anybody who says these things, I'm sorry, but it's dumb. Like, I'm not one of those guys who thinks that video games is causing violence and things like that. Like, there's studies that show that video games can make you more violent, but we're talking about extreme people doing things and committing acts in real life that are disgusting acts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's beyond what I talk about on this channel, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about those things on here. And the same thing goes for, I could see a movie or whatever, a movie with a gay character, let's say, for example. SJW, 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 woke. I don't care. That's nice. But is the movie good? Is the movie good? Is that gay character that you think is some kind of political agenda? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who am I to say? But is that character really a good character in an interesting movie? I mean, let's look at Rocket Man. Yes, that was based on a true story. Yes, Elton John was gay. Fantastic movie, right? Fantastic movie. Nobody said anything about that. And I feel like when it comes to this culture war, there are good people who just want to see a good movie, and they get caught up in this and they get wrapped up in this because of insecurities or because of confusion or whatever, So basically, I don't like outrage culture. I don't like getting upset at every little thing or wanting more of this and that in movies when there has no place for it or whatever. There's different versions of this, of what I'm talking about. But these terms, have no meaning anymore, because literally I've talked to 5 different people and they tell me 5 different meanings for the word SJW. I'm not even kidding. Like, I have had it's kind of an interesting study I performed in the past few weeks, and actually a few months, because I've been talking about this with other people about that word. It has different meanings. My meaning of the word is somebody who's in outrage culture, but that's not necessarily true, because there's also the outrages against the outrage. See what I'm saying? Bottom line, let me end this video now. We're almost at 15 minutes here. Bottom line is, I genuinely want people to be happy. If being in this culture war makes you happy, great. I just don't want any part of it. When I go see a movie or play a video game or watch a TV show, I just want to be entertained. That's my main thing. I want to be entertained, and I want it to be, I want it to touch me in some way. You know, whether it be, emotionally, getting excited or getting sad or whatever. A good movie or a good story does that, regardless of what the agenda is. So that's my video. I hope you understand now, and I hope that you out there can kind of see things from my perspective now and understand how dumb a lot of this is. Let's just go enjoy what we like, and that's the way I see it. Talk to you soon.